Hi, this is Daniel Hutchins, and today we'll be doing a late night video. Today's late night video is from our friend Screenman, and we're going to be talking about the MCU is starting to play with multiple different dimensions. Okay, so a little bit more about that, I'm going to let you know. Okay, so the Marvel Cinematic Universe is in a period of flux. Just between Avengers Infinity War ties together every movie so far, while direct follow-up from Avengers 4 is being billed as the culmination of the entire 22-movie arc. What that means beyond the likely death of some Avengers is unclear, but what details we have suggest the very fabric of the MCU will begin to alter. But by all accounts, Avengers 4 is dealing with some form of time travel, or perhaps more accurately alternate dimensions. Set photos have shown the cast revisiting events of previous films from some key variations. Ant-Man during the Battle of New York from the Avengers and the blonde shield badge wearing Tony Stark, suggesting that we'll see different versions of the MCU we know. This has been further teased by Benedict Cumberbatch, who said that the MCU is just about to explode into other dimensions. He could have been referring more to how all of this cosmic and magic sides of the franchise will be moving forward, but it may be an indication that multiple dimensions are going to be bigger than just the plots from one film. It's already been theorized that Avengers 4 will consolidate or otherwise reset timelines, but by splitting things outwards is equally economical. Whatever the case is, dimensions will be important than before. Indeed, the quantum realm, first seen in Ant-Man, will be returned in the sequel to Ant-Man and the Wasp, as the titular heroes try to save Janet Van Dyne. It's also said to be factoring in somehow the Captain Marvel. Some have theorized it may be the manner by which Carol Danvers comes to the present. But taken from this account everything we've said, another intriguing possibility is revealed. Is Captain Marvel from an alternate dimension? Now that's a really good question. Could S.H.I.E.L.D's knowledge of the Kree not be a timeline-stretching excuse to bring back some MCU favorites, but actually evidence that Captain Marvel is unfolding in a different timeline to the main Marvel Cinematic Universe? We know that Captain Marvel isn't in Avengers Infinity War, despite early suggestions to the contrary, but will be making her team debut from Avengers 4, just a few months after her own movie. But there were many other ways Carol Danvers would be introduced. But as the movie is going to be heavily dealing with time travel, it's not an extreme suggestion she comes to the fold from one of the alternate dimensions. That confusion of her presence in Avengers 3 may be just itself a clue here, but clearly something changed in the plans to the point she couldn't appear. There's always the chance that Marvel simply didn't want to debate its new hero in an already heavily stuffed ensemble. But it may be that her existence alongside with the Avengers at all isn't feasible until they start jumping around in time. So a shift only made once the cast was confirmed. It's crazy but yet fits very well, but this theory explains how she was introduced to the world despite a 20-plus year absence, and gives director Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck complete freedom with Captain Marvel movies itself to go all in the zany cosmic sides without sacrificing anything to the period restrictions. You can think of Peggy Carter's absence or the blonde Stark. It also allows the Skrulls to be benched for more original timeline adventures, possibly the earth-shattering secret invasion that fans hope to be clamoring for. So, you can also read more on that if you read Will Captain Marvel Skrulls Kick Off MCU Secret Invasion, which I might be going back to that though. So let me just finish this article though. So of course the obvious counter of this is that it all came from the connecting of dots that perhaps aren't meant to come together. We have no hard set evidence, and while the previous handling of plot holes would seem to work in the theory favor, those were all minor things fans blew from out of proportion. But with Captain Marvel, we're talking the existence from the entire movies, which makes an explanation much more forward and thus potentially overly confusing for audiences. It's probably easier to just hand wave the SHIELD Kree connection away. With that said, it can't distract from how delectable a suggestion it is. So, Captain Marvel is a lot more than just Marvel's first female-led solo movie. It was going to be the celebration of various strands of the MCU so far, headlined by literal namesakes, but could be more than just that. Setting from the groundwork from Thanos' ultimate defeat from Avengers 4 and establishing a more fluid continuity going forward. We'll have to wait and see some more. Okay, so keep in mind guys, this is an old article, so I'm just letting y'all know that. So I'm going to be going to that article I said that we're going to do. This is also an old article. Though this is an old article from 2017. Okay, so will Captain Marvel's Skrulls kick off the MCU Secret Invasion? Concept arts that were shown at Comic-Con revealed that Captain Marvel was set in the 90s and will feature villainous alien race, the Skrulls. A year ago from San Diego Comic-Con, now keep in mind this is old, Marvel Studios announced the Academy Award winner Brie Larson was chosen to play Carol Danvers, also we know as Captain Marvel, with a release date which was happened already back in March of 2019. Captain Marvel will be the studio's first film headlined by female superheroes. Fans have been salivating ever since to learn more details from this film, and Marvel didn't disappoint at this year's massive Hall H presentation. Now keep in mind that presentation already happened, so just saying. The studio revealed that Captain Marvel would take place in the 90s, a decade before the Marvel Cinematic Universe formally launched when Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. revealed to the public he was Iron Man. But what's more is that Marvel unleashed stunning concept art not just of Larson and Captain Marvel's trademark red, blue, and gold uniform, but of her battling villains of the film, the aliens we know as the Skrulls. Okay, so the Skrulls are a surprising and unexpected addition to the MCU. Yes, so the Skrulls date back to the very beginnings of the Marvel Universe in comics. The insidious race of green alien shapeshifters, recognizable in their true forms by a notably large ridged chance, debuted in Marvel Comics all the way back from Fantastic Four #2 in 1962. Because the Skrulls are closely associated with the Fantastic Four, whose film rights were owned by competing studio 20th Century Fox, it was assumed by fans that they were among the ancillary characters off limits to Marvel Studios. Happily, that isn't the case anymore. But not merely antagonists for the Fantastic Four, the Skrulls have long since been a threat to the entire Marvel Universe, especially to the fact that the superheroes who defend the Earth, one of the hallmark Avengers stories from the 70s, now keep in mind, I did do a review of this, the Kree-Skrull War. Okay, so, well, Earth's mightiest heroes were caught in the middle of an intergalactic conflict between shape-shifting race and their enemies, the blue-screen Kree. The creators of the Inhumans, recently the Skrulls, became from an even greater threat to Earth's heroes in the 2008 crossover we know as Secret Invasion. And this is where the Skrulls were arriving in the Captain Marvel film, which could alter the very fabric of the MCU. And is probably going to be what the next big event's probably going to be. So, created by writer Brian Michael Bendis, Secret Invasion was essentially the Marvel Universe's version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It revealed that after the Kree Skrull War, the coalition of Earth superheroes, who dubbed themselves the Illuminati, which consists of Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Mr. Fantastic, the Submariner, Black Bolt, the Inhumans, and Professor Charles Xavier the X-Men, which invaded the Skrull homeworld to warn them against further attacks on Earth. The heroes were subsequently captured and experimented upon before they were escaping. Armed with the knowledge of Earth's superhumans from their experiments, the Skrulls, who believe the Earth is religiously and rightfully theirs, they mounted a secret invasion on the Earth. They captured and replaced several superheroes as well as infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D. The Marvel Universe was destabilized and thrown asunder by suspicions and mistrust. The event's whole slogan was, "Who do you trust?" as anyone could have been revealed as a Skrull. The end result saw S.H.I.E.L.D. disbanded by the President of the United States, replaced with an organization called Hammer, which is led by Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, and Osborn formed his own secret evil version of the Illuminati, which included Doctor Doom, Emma Frost, and Loki, leading into a Dark Reign storyline, which took place after the Secret Invasion. Okay, so the Secret Invasion is supposed to probably be the next big movie event that's probably going to be happening fairly soon in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, with that being said, I just wanted to let you guys know just about those articles about alternate realities and more about the Skrulls and Captain Marvel's connection to kicking off the possible movie chance for MCU's Secret Invasion. So if you guys like this content, please hit a thumbs up, and you guys have a nice day. Bye.